This is picoCTF 2025. Today we're going to take a look at a challenge in the cryptography category called Guess My Cheese, Part 1. Try to decrypt the secret cheese password to prove you are not the imposter. Connect to the program on our server and we are given netcat. Okay, so let's connect and see what is up. The mystery of the cloned rat. The super evil Dr. Lactose Intolerant told me he kidnapped my best friend Squeaksy and replaced him with an evil clone. You look just like Squeaksy, but I'm not sure if you're him or the clone. I've devised a plan to find out if you are real Squeaksy. If you are Squeaksy, I'll give you the key to the cloning room so you can mold the imposter. Here's my secret cheese. If you are Squeaksy, you'll be able to guess it. And we are given an encrypted string. Hint: the cheeses are top secret and limited edition, so they may look different from cheeses you're used to. Command: guess my cheese or encrypt the cheese. What would you like to do? Okay, let's encrypt the cheese. What cheese would you like to encrypt? Let's try cheddar. I haven't had that cheese before, so I can't encrypt it. Brie? That worked. Here's your encrypted cheese. One more chance to prove yourself. So we are getting 3 chances to either encrypt the cheese or guess their cheese. And they are using some sort of a cipher. Based on what I saw here, it seems some sort of a substitution cipher, and only some cheeses are accepted. Encrypt the cheese. So yes, it is indeed a substitution cipher. Let's see, do we get a hint? The one that incorporates our affinity for linear equations. Oh, could it be like an affine cipher? So we were kind of right, because Caesar cipher is a subset. If you're not familiar, the Affine cipher is a substitution cipher where each letter of the alphabet is mapped to the numeric equivalent and then encrypted using this formula. So you need 2 numbers which are not known, A and B, the key of the cipher, and then modulo M, where M is 26, because the message is in English, the M is 26. And then there is one important condition for A. The multiplicative inverse of A only exists if A and M are coprime. What that means is if we want to be able to decipher the resulted encryption, A and M must be coprime. 2 numbers are coprime if their only divisor is 1, and that leaves us with a limited amount of possibilities for A. So for example 1, 3, 5, 7 and so forth. And then for B we would just solve this equation. We would take B out, so it will be the encrypted value minus A multiplied by X modulo M, and that would give us B once we know the A, and a pair of clear text, encrypted text values. Let's see how CyberShep can help us. And we need the decode, but we need to know the values for A and B. We can write a program to calculate those for us based on the clear text and encrypted value pairs. We would give it the plain text, and we would give it the ciphertext, and then possible A values would be, let's say, from 1 to 26. We remove the even numbers. We will add an additional condition that X and 26 should have the greatest common denominator 1. Now what we need to do is convert the string. So for example, let's copy the values we were already given here. And so we need to convert those to numeric values. And the way that works, if we refer back to the Wikipedia page, A is 0, B is 1, and so on and so forth, up to Z, that is 25. And so it would take one character, subtract the letter A, and that would give us 2 for C, 1 for B, 0 for A. Okay? And we do the same for ciphertext values. So once we've built those and we have the A, we need to calculate the affine A and B. So let's initialize those with none. And now we go through each of the values of A, calculate the value of B, and then check A and B, encrypt the letters in our ciphertext given our plaintext. So we iterate over the possible A values and we calculate the B. We take the first letter, right? So in this case would be the letter F, or more exactly the value that the letter F has in this particular cipher minus a test, whichever value we're testing, times plaintext values of 0, which would be the first letter here, C, or more exactly the number 2, and we would mod this 26. And to make it more clear, we want to multiply the two values, mod 26, and then once more mod 26 to get the B test. But we don't know if this pair, A and B, would work, is valid. So now we use all the pairs. So C and F is one pair, H and E is the second, and so on and so forth. And we test with the values A and B to make sure that they match. So for example, we encrypt the letter H with the given A and B and see if it encrypts as the letter E. And we do this for all the letters, and if it matches, it means we found the A and B that were used to encrypt this. And so if all A test time. So now we're doing the encryption. Let's see, plaintext plus P test. So P would be the first letter of the plaintext, modulo 26 equals C, which would be the first character in the encrypted value, where P and C in zip, so we pair them, plain text values, cipher text values, and if all of them match, then we set affine A is A test, affine B is B test, and then we break, right? If it's defined, then we print. So that's our script. And now let's test this. So it's calculated the affine cipher parameters A equals 5 and B 21. So now going back here, so 5 and 21, and we give it the input of cheddar, and we get FEPKKVC. FEPKKVC. So now going back to the decryption, this time we take their given cheese. So guess your cheese. Yum, yes, that's my cheese. Here's the password to the cloning room. And put it in the challenge. And there you have it. If you've enjoyed this, make sure to hit the like button. If you'd like to get notified whenever I post new solves, hit that subscribe button. And in any case, I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.